Hello everyone, this is FilibusterFox once again taking a look at a mod for Mount and Blade Warband, because this is the little trail I'm on right now. Right now I'm looking at Brytenwalda 1.35, which is a new version of Warband. You'll notice I updated, it's required for this new mod. And hopefully that won't cause too many problems for me looking at other mods in the future, but we'll see. Excuse me. My allergies have been acting up today, so I'm going to try not to sneeze and cough into the microphone for you guys, but I may need to drink a little more often. Anyways, so this first part is just going to be me telling you about the features of the mod and such like that. It's going to be relatively boring. I'm not going to get into too much action. I'll go through character creation, and I'll show you some of the mod menus in the campsite and such like that. But otherwise, there's not going to be really any gameplay in the first part of this. I'm just going to try to cover the features a little more thoroughly than I usually do. I've got a text file already with which was on the install screen letting you know what all is involved in the mod, so you can get it. Now, the fans of the Freelancer mod will be happy to know that Brytenwalda does include it. However, this current version has it disabled so they can integrate it more properly with their new tech trees and such like that. So the next version of this mod should have that reintegrated once again, and we'll be looking forward to that. So I'm just going to Alt-Tab here and hope that Fraps keeps working properly like it needs to while I pull up this text file. I'm going to cover a couple of the basics of the mod. And now you'll see the new character creation, but they added in a height system. You can have different heights. You can have a short character, a tall character, such like that. There are let's see, cultural stores. Depending on the culture you visit, you'll find different products. Much like, you know, in the original version, you can find Serenid stuff in the Swadian capital, which is kind of weird to buy Swadian boots and swords there. Or to buy Serenid boots and swords in the Swadian city. It's going to be more like the Irish will have their, throwing spears and such like that. The Jareds, I think they're called. And the English will have their stuff. The Irish or the Welsh will have their longbows, whatnot. I'll go ahead and give you the overview. This is set in Britain, the British Isles, Scotland, England, Wales, and Ireland, and I think some of the smaller islands within. And it's set in the year 636. So this is half the time that my previous look at the 1257 mod was. This is very early, and you'll see it in the kind of equipment you get and the kind of soldiers you'll be encountering. There are 200 historical characters from the period in the mod, 7 extra common NPCs like clerics, bards, and whatnot. And all the names are completely unpronounceable because they're in Old English, Welsh, and Irish. So I'll be struggling a lot with the names in here. But I'm going to skip through most of this. I mean, this is a huge text file of changes. There's ship travel. You can hunt so you can offset the food you eat instead of having to stock up as much as you usually do. The diplomacy mod is included, and as I said before, the Freelancer mod will be included again. There's naval combat. There's trading routes for the AI, such like that. Random weather. Tons of things. I mean, there's just so much. There's a religion system. You can choose either to follow like old Celtic pagan gods, Christianity, etc., etc. And you can try to convert your settlements and such like that. And I imagine some issues will come up if you're one religion and your enemies are another, such like that. I don't know the full details of how that system works, but there is a religion system in there. All new music, as you can hear in the background. This is not the regular Mount and Blade music. New graphics. They've got an optional graphics enhancement patch, which I did put in, and hopefully won't hurt my performance too much while I'm recording. But it should be fine. And it looks very nice, much like the 1257 mod looked. I think they had some of the same graphics enhancements in there. Let's see. Any other really key things? I mean, all the scenes are new. Like the castles are custom made historically. They put a lot of effort into this mod. Weapons will break. There are some options in there that we could do. Oh, here's war system. Let's see. There's new siege mechanics. You can build outposts and forts, and you can hire mercenary captains to act as the lords that can create parties and stuff. Oh, and one very interesting thing, you can now kill lords. So if you're trying to form your own kingdom and annihilate everyone else, and you've got this lord who just won't join you, capture him, execute him. Problem solved. And that should be nice. You can fall down in combat. I noticed that when I did a playthrough. When you walk backwards, you're more a chance to fall off balance, such like that. Weapon breaks, I said that already, I think. You can have like banner bearers, critical hits. I mean, shield bashes are in here. This is just wow, just so much stuff. Oh, there's a wound system now too. Instead of just getting captured and being inconvenienced a few days in battle, you can be wounded, and these can be lasting injuries. You can lose skill points, or just mild injuries, such like that. Let's see. Recruiting system is adjusted some. Okay, and you can flirt with your companions, which is the most important change. Now, you may have noticed a bit of a jump there in the music and my voice, simply because when I tried to reopen Warband while I was recording, it just closed. So there's a bit of an odd skip there, forgive me. But that's it. I'm done looking at the text file. I'll give a little skip to this point, so you can skip past that if you just want to get right into the character creation. But if you're already listening to this, it's a little late to tell you that, so I'll put that in the description. So I'm just going to go ahead and start a new game here. I'll look at this picture, and I think, is this, like, spread widened? Because everyone's really short and wide. And, while that works for a few people, just everyone being like that, I mean, like, look at this guy. He looks really silly. He looks like a hobbit with armor on. I'm pretty sure it's stretched. I hope it's stretched. I hope that no one who's in this picture, if it isn't stretched, is listening to this right now. If so, I am sorry, but it just does look fairly weird on this. No offense. Please don't hurt me. Anyways, so the character creation system's changed a bit. First, there's a button you can hit for Prelude, which you'll see when it finishes loading. Loading times are increased a little with these big mods, simply because there's more for it to load. So that's just a disadvantage to having these mods on. Alright, so the Prelude gives you the intro story, and kind of sets the setting and mood, which is a nice touch. It's optional to go through, and it gives you a bit of story behind it. It would be nice if it finished loading, because I'm pretty much out of things to talk about until we get to the character creation. Character creation isn't so much... here we go. All the story stuff that would normally be up at the top as you go through, paragraph at times, over on the right here. And you change everything here, so it could be male or female. Stay with male for now. And you can choose your descendants. Angle, Saxon, Jute, Theode, Pict, Briton, Irish, or Roman. I'll go with Irish. Be tall, because I am tall. I would have definitely been tall for that time. Alright, so, it updates the story as you go. Your father could be a lesser noble, a merchant, a lesser lord's retainer, outlaw, unfree peasant, serf, slave, or a free peasant. And all of these, adjust your starting skills, just like it does in the regular game. We'll go ahead and say he was an outlaw. Alright, now in childhood, I was either brought up in a noble court, a blacksmith's apprentice, merchant apprentice, street urchin, cottager, slave, bard's apprentice, retainer's apprentice, or cleric acolyte. Alright, I think I will be Bard's Apprentice. Father is an outlaw, so I just got stuck with a bard and I traveled from place to place, entertaining. Entertaining is a new skill with the game. I'll go over that in just a minute. Alright, and then I worked as, well, I guess you don't work as a lesser noble, but a slave, retainer, bard, free peasant, merchant, blacksmith, poacher, itinerant preacher. So I think I'll have gone to be a poacher, because I want to be an archer, and I feel like that will give me some bow skills. Alright, fate. This is why I started adventuring. Wanderlust. That's always good. And my religion, I will have polytheism, old Celtic gods, because that's cool. Alright. Here we go. Now, you'll notice some initial changes in the skill tree. First, foraging. That's new. It allows the party to forage for 5 food per skill level and increase foraging range. That basically means when you rest and consume 4 units of food, you can hunt 5 and not actually consume any of your inventory food. It lets you last a little longer out in the wilderness. You have to worry about food less. Everything prior to this seems to be the same. That's the same, still all the same. I didn't actually look through all these to see what changed. I mean, there may be minor number changes in here, but it seems pretty standard. Alright, entertain, the first well, persuasion has some changes. Before, it's just, this skill helps you make other people accept your point of view. It doesn't really give much explanation. Now it's got some mechanics in it. Each reign increases your ability to negotiate surrenders in a siege, so it won't last as long. You won't necessarily have to attack. Each rank increases the number of troops recruited from villages by 1, and reduces the commission of each recruiting villager by 1 skillinga, which is the money. So, normally it would be 10 to buy them, it would be 9 with 1 persuasion, and you can get an extra guy every time. It also increases the amount of supplies you convince villagers to hand over to you by 3%, which is kind of mean. Entertain is another new one. Every day that you rest, each hero with the skill increases the morale of the party. It also helps you while begging or performing. Drive it past 10, and you could become the next bardic sensation. Now, I don't know for sure this, but the wording of that makes it seem like you can increase skills past 10, which is just awesome. Now, I want to do that with surgery, so my guys are never killed. But I don't know that for sure. Maybe it's only select skills, or maybe what have you. I don't know. I'm going to guess that you can go past 10. I will try and find that out. Alright, and that pretty much covers it. Everything else is pretty much the same, except there's slings in there, which replaces the old firearms, which you couldn't see normally anyways. So, I'm going to work on a power draw here. A couple points of Weapon Master. And entertain, because, well, I was a bardic at person, and I really don't know why I don't have any skills in that. Alright, there we go. I'll try to make it look a little like me. Actually, my beard. I shaved my beard off the other day, so I don't have one. I do have ridiculously long hair. That'll do. It's brown. There. More cheeks. Face width. Okay, whatever. Good enough. Alright, well, I'm Irish. I will start in Ireland. There, in Clochair. I have no idea how to pronounce these old Gaelic names. That's something I never really picked up when I lived in Scotland. Gaelic was not really ever one of my studies.